Debris.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you. My name is Betsy. I'm here today to bring your attention to the Pride display at the Richmond Hill Library. As I'm sure you know, June is the time where a lot of people like to celebrate Pride Month. I am not one of those people, and I think a lot of people in Bryan County feel the same way. I appreciate that promotion of this is not being done by the Bryan County local government. I appreciate that, thank you. That's true all except for the library and our schools. That's another subject. This is the third year the library is promoting a homosexual pride display. So when the librarian was asked to take down this display outside the children's section, she refused to do so. The library board suggested that the display then be moved over to the adult section of the library. It was moved, but going to the library and looking at it, the librarian basically doubled down, made the display even more prominent than it was before. There's a bright rainbow logo plastered everywhere, along with other brightly colored signs to attract attention. It's easier to see and notice than ever, and there are still children's books on it. The library board was told that there are only 17 copies of these types of LGBTQ, whatever books, out of 12,000 in the Richmond Hill Library. This is a lie. There are hundreds of titles which can be requested and checked out. Many people have checked out these books to get them out of the children's section. It adds up to way more than 17. I have here with me in my bag just a small sample of books that were on the children's LGBTQ pride display in here. Should you wish to look at them. Just a couple of brief excerpts. I apologize ahead of time for the content. One of the books is called A Pride Guide. It says sex toys are difficult for minors to purchase, but with the internet, all things are possible. Go to blank.com and blank.com to find dildos, vibrators, dental dams, etc. And then this is a manual on how to do anal sex. Despite what you see in porn, stretching is a big part of prep. Start with fingers first. Food is important to avoid pain and trauma. Do not go from anus to mouth to vagina. Intestinal parasites and hepatitis are a concern. Never let anyone put a penis in your butt without a condom on. Dental dams should be used when putting a mouth on someone's anus. This is called rimming. So these were all from books that I took right outside the children's section for LGBTQ Pride Month. I've got other examples, but I don't really want to say them, and I'm sure you all really don't want to hear them. So this is all obviously salacious trash, but why is it being promoted to children? Why does all this have to be in our faces 24/7? A friend just texted me that she said, I went to the library last week. I was immediately taken aback by the pride cubicle next to the children's section. My son immediately ran toward it because of all the bright colors. I said, no, your section is over this way. I know why it's right by the children's section. It makes me very angry. I will not be going back to the library during the month of June. So clearly, this is a terrible message, but it's also making people avoid a public service. You should be able to go to the library and not have to be worried about what your kids are going to be seeing there. Our government services should not be promoting this to anyone, much less to children. The deviation from truth that the Pride movement teaches has done nothing but harm our children. Just look at the number of kids that identify as some wacky something, not to mention how many children are depressed, confused, suicidal. So I'm here to ask you to have the library remove the display, reshelf the books, and to do so permanently, so that Pride Month is not recognized going forward. It's certainly recognized everywhere else we look. Our library should not also be promoting this. They are a government group. They're promoting what is essentially a political message at this point. And many of the community vehemently disagrees with this political message. So we're not asking for a display promoting abstinence and heterosexual marriage. We're just asking that our library, our public library that we pay for with our funds, remains neutral. So I'm asking you now, tonight, to vote to have the display permanently removed. It's not a hard thing to do. It is the right thing to do. It's not, you know, I don't think a big issue. Yes, good question.
We have two more people who signed up to talk about the library, and then we'll have the county attorney give the county's perspective on the library.
So, in addition, June happens to be Christian Heritage Month. Are we gonna put up a Christian Heritage display? May was Jewish Heritage Month. Are we gonna put up a Jewish Heritage? We don't need to be getting involved in all these political and religious things in our government building. We need to be neutral. It's not a big deal. We're not saying remove these books completely from the library. No one is saying that. We're just saying we don't need to have a special display for that. The Pembroke Library doesn't do it. This is done solely by this current librarian who's decided she thinks it's a great idea to promote this, especially in front of kids. So this isn't a big deal. I don't even know what the attorney has to say anything about it, because all you have to say is, hey, we're just not going to be recognizing Pride Month anymore, or whatever month, because it's a political issue and we don't need to do it as a government thing. So not a big deal. I'm sure you all are the right thing. I really appreciate your time and thank you for what you do for Bryan County.
Thank you.